Hello, my name is Alexa, and today we're going to talk about South Asian English. So let's start. Well, South Asian English is also known as Indian English, and it is a term which covers different countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, among others. And as we can see at the picture, this Indian English made part of the other circle proposed by Kasher. Well, now let's talk a little bit about the history of how English became like a really important issue for this part of the world. And as we can read in the first line, English was introduced in these countries in the mid 17th century, and it was mainly because of four different reasons. The first one, it was because of the British colonization over the Asian continent. Then the second one, it was because of the Christian missionaries. But as a result of this, they didn't impact a lot of people the way they wanted to do it. Instead, they achieved to establish different schools, and as a result of this, English language became one of the main resources for education. Then we have the third reason that it is actually education. But I would like to add that nowadays English or Asian English is not just used for education, but also for other things like legal issues, political issues, for business, for local or regional communication. So we can see that it is really in common things like food, like science, like in the everyday communication that they have actually. And then we have the last reason that it is because of the globalization and the technology. And well, and we also can find that there are about 300 million people who talk South Asian English. But according to some studies, this number can increase like 20% each year. Okay, the official language of this part of the world is Hindi, and then they adopted English as we saw it before. But the mix of these two languages create the Hinglish, which is very similar to English, but there are some words that change the meaning of them. And these are like some examples that I found out that they are very interesting. The first one, which is the stadium, like that for American English, that it is the one that I learned. It means that it is a place where people play, or they have yes, play football, play soccer, or they have a match, right? But for them, stadium, it is a men's hairstyle. That it is actually very different. Then they have the will be. In American English, the will be is like a grammatical or a grammar structure that they have. It is like will be blah blah blah, right? But for them, it is a fiance. Of course, I mean, it has sense because it is like a possibility, a fiance. I don't know, but I found this like really funny. Okay, and then we have glassy, that the I mean it means that it is a person that is thirsty in English. Okay. Now these are some features of language. The first one is that, of course, like in every place, they have their proper slangs. And this one is really interesting. It says like "eat in their head." That it is when someone is like asking a lot of questions and you want to say, okay, stop because you are asking a lot, a lot. So it is like you are eating my head. I mean, like stop, no more. It is good. It is nice. I like it. And then we have like grammar facts that I realized that it is like a really interesting for me. So the first one, it was that reduplication is common. So it is normal for them to say or to create sentences like the small things or the hot coffee, right? When I realized this, I mean, in the American English, that it is the one that I am familiar with, it is not really used. Sometimes people use very, very, but I guess that it is just when you use like very, very, but not like with some adjectives like the small thing or the hot coffee, maybe I don't know, the cold weather. So it's different. And then the other one that it is really interesting that it is use yes, no, and isn't in general questions. That one of the examples says he isn't going with you, isn't it? Or what you would like, and they do not invert the the subject and the verb that it is what the American English do or does. Sorry. For the American English, it is like, is he going to blah blah blah, or what would you blah blah blah. So the order is different, right? So like for example for me that I am used to do it like in the American way, it's kind of different. It's really different. I mean, like for example, if a student comes to me and say, okay, can you please check me this, I will say this is incorrect, but actually I can see that like in this way it is correct and it is acceptable. Okay, so it's good. It's different, but it is good. And then there is the pragmatic feature, and this one I really like it because it says requiring service, and I guess that you cannot see what's the sentence there because of the video, but it is like be friendly or be nice. I don't remember very well. Be familiar, and it is because what it is like a good behavior here is not a good behavior in the other place. For American people or for American English, when you say like sir, Mrs., Mr., ma'am, you're transmitting like good behaviors or like respect to the other person. Sorry, but in the other but in the South Asian continent or part where the English is different, they they show that you are a close or that you have a close friendship with the other person when you call it like auntie. So for example, if you are asking to someone, if you are requesting something like, let's suppose like a glass of water, and if she for example is the mother of your friend, you can say auntie, but can you give me like I don't know, water, a cup of water. So it is different, you see, like if you use Mr., Miss, Sir, it is kind of rude. So this one is really, really nice. Finally, I want you to listen this video. The accent they have. This is a boy who is imitating or teaching the accent he has in India. And it is a very, I guess that it is a very strong accent with an intonation totally different like the American. Since they have like the accent on letters like P and D, and I guess that it is really strong. Like it is different, okay? Which are little things that maybe in American English you don't really have it. So let's listen.
Hello, my name is Anbu and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to, introduce the Indian accent to you. I am very well aware that there is a big variety of Indian accents, and not just Indian. There is Sri Lankan, Pakistani, and all over South Asia there is different accent. But I wanted to introduce to you the South Indian accent. I am very interested in accents, and if you're ever interested in learning the Indian accent, perhaps you have a acting role where you have to learn Indian accent. This video will cover the basics of the Indian accent. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Hello, my name is Anbu, and
Okay, that was it. Thank you very much. And if you want to continue like watching the video about this boy who's trying to explain like the accent and how they use like P and D, it is going to be in the last part that it is the biography. It is the first link. Okay, so that was it. Thank you very much and bye bye.